unbroken. Sent in. McManaman dodging. McManaman scoring!
Yes, what's happening, everyone? Welcome back to GAA Fan TV. Mayo have gone and done it again. They have pulled off another big upset in the All-Ireland. They've beaten Donegal by 4 points, a result that nobody expected in this game. Donegal coming in as massive favourites, having had that huge display against Kerry when they hit 120 and looked absolutely outstanding. Of course, coming in as Ulster champions. Mayo coming in on the back of a poor performance against Meath in many ways, and of course that defeat against Kerry as well. But it is Mayo who have once again, you can just never write them off. You really can't. And they will be in the All-Ireland semi-finals next weekend, most likely against Dublin. Of course, guys, before we jump into it, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, all that crack. And yeah, lads, do let me know down in the comments below what you thought of the game. And yeah, I mean, certainly a very interesting game in many respects. I don't think either side really played up to their full potential. I think there was a number of misses in the first half from both Mayo and Donegal. I think it was more wides in the second half from Donegal. But Mayo, they set out really well. They had the hunger, they had the desire, the passion in those opening 35 minutes. Paddy Durkin made a huge difference to this Mayo team coming into the side. His driving runs from midfield were just absolutely outstanding. Some of his point taking as well was absolutely brilliant. You have to look at the likes of James Carr as well. Very good game. Cillian O'Connor. And just in that first half, Mayo, they just dominated, almost every aspect of that first half. They were winning the turnovers. They were winning balls in the air. They were far more decisive in going forward. And they were a lot more hungrier than this Donegal side. And they also defended really well against Donegal as well. Of course, we know Donegal's biggest threat is Michael Murphy. But I think Mayo done a very good job at, limiting his skills in many ways, especially in that first half. Lee Keegan, of course, done a great job on Michael Murphy. Patrick McBrearty for Donegal didn't quite have the game that he would have wanted. Maybe he was still slightly injured, wasn't 100% match sharp. Colin Boyle was fantastic at restricting him. But a lot of Donegal's players that have been fantastic throughout this year, that have been great in the Ulster Championship, that have been great in the All-Ireland Championship, in the game against Kerry, so let's say, for example, just didn't show up again today in many ways. I'm looking at Jamie Brennan, probably one of the best players up until that Kerry game for this Donegal side, and he didn't score at all against Kerry, and I don't even think he got a point in this game either. And Mayo were just far more hungrier. Of course, Mayo did go ahead and get themselves a goal. A very good ball by Jason Doherty. Just wonderful pass and great awareness to pick out Cillian O'Connor, who just slapped the ball into the back of the net. And I felt like it was there in many ways for Mayo. They will want to really check themselves about their composure and accuracy in front of goal. It's a lot of times this year when I've watched them that they just haven't been clinical enough in front of goal, and they've missed chances that that they can't be missing if they want to win an All-Ireland. Let's be realistic. If they face Dublin and they waste opportunities like that, the game, it won't be much of a game, unfortunately, in many ways. But I think Mayo deserve massive credit, even in the second half, when Donegal really came out in the second half and really started to play, and specifically at the start of that second half, Donegal had a lot of momentum. Michael Murphy was starting to peel away a lot more. He was not just playing up in the full forward position, but he was drifting back into the midfield. He was been a real leader for Donegal, and he was fantastic. Obviously, won the penalty, controversial penalty in many ways. I think it is a penalty because I think that's the rules now, isn't it? He was dragging him down. Michael Murphy definitely made the most of it. It was very clever, great experience, of course. He would have been well able to stay on his feet if he could have, but he made the most of it. He was dragged down. It was a penalty. I suppose the weird thing in many ways with these referees at times, and I don't want to go on too much about referees again. I think we've heard enough about referees for a while now, to be honest. Is it a black card? Is it a yellow card? We don't really know half the time with these referees. I think in this situation he gave a yellow. But there was another situation in the first half where there was a black card given out for something very similar, and there was a couple of occasions where there were some high challenges. Some were yellows, some were black cards. It's really hard to know what are we going with here. There's supposed to be black cards, but there's some yellows given as well. But anyway, Michael Murphy dispatched the penalty well. Suddenly then Donegal were starting to get a bit more momentum. McBrearty looked a lot better. Langan looked a lot better as well. They were starting to win more balls in the midfield. Niall O'Donnell, Hugh McFadden as well. Really upping the intensity for this Donegal side. And you could see then that they definitely were up for it. I think a huge difference and a huge factor that slowed Donegal down, in my opinion, was definitely I think there was like a 5-6 minute stoppage when Jason Doherty was injured. That completely killed Donegal's momentum, and they didn't quite look the same. They weren't able to pick that momentum back up, and huge credit goes to to Mayo, Andy Moran as well. I mean, he's some footballer, isn't he, at times? I mean, I wonder why he doesn't start for Mayo. It must be maybe a fitness thing or something like that. Maybe some Mayo fans who are watching, let me know down in the comments below as to why you don't think Andy Moran starts. I know he's had a few injury issues here and there, but he did come on after 20 minutes, to be fair, so he was playing for the majority of the game. But I do feel like you need to have him, Paddy Durkin, get your experienced players on the pitch versus Dublin next week, and you just never know. But Andy Moran in the closing stages as well was fantastic. Donegal, they bottled it, didn't they? I mean, they had a lot of chances in those closing stages, and when Michael Murphy starts missing 45s and he's going for pop shots here and there, you kind of know, okay, it's just not going to be Donegal's day. They very much panicked. Langan and McBrearty started hitting wides as well. All over the park really for Donegal, and Mayo in the end ran out 4-point winners. And look, listen, massive fair play to them. There was huge pressure going on to them into this game. A lot of people wrote them off. I'm going to be perfectly honest, I didn't see them beating Donegal. I just didn't see a performance like this from Donegal coming. They've been so consistent this year. They haven't really had many bad performances in the championship so far this year. There's been a continuous improvement since the late stage of the National League earlier this year. So I just didn't see, a really bad performance like this happening today. But unfortunately, they got a lot of their tactics wrong. In the first half, they were playing very much a blanket defence. They switched it up in the second half because obviously they were behind and chasing the game. They probably should have started out like that. But they will learn. There are still some players there that are coming through the ranks. And they will be close enough again next year, but certainly I really felt like this Donegal side were the closest challengers to Dublin, but obviously after losing this game entirely wrong. But huge result for Mayo, of course, and they go on to that All-Ireland semi-final. More than likely it will be against Dublin, and of course as a Dublin fan myself, I know that Mayo are very much always the team that just seems to bring the best out of Dublin, and they bring the best out of each other. So, I'm hoping we get to see a great All-Ireland semi-final. At this stage, who knows what might happen. I think Mayo will have to really pick it up in terms of their composure in front of goal, and they can't hit those number of wides against Dublin. But, they are improving, they are getting better. And who knows, lads, who knows. But guys, I am going to end this video here. Do let me know down in the comments below what you thought of the game, and lads, I'll catch you all next time.